Well, hello everyone, it's Kari again here with you today, and I'm going to be sharing a fun box card with the Safari Animals stamp set from Heffy Doodle. This is a really fun project to put together. I love the Brook 3D box card die. This here is the 2x2 Safari Animals, and there are some coordinating dies also available. I've colored them and cut them out, and I've used this alcohol paper from Heffy Doodle, which is really great for coloring your images with markers. So I've already done that, and I've cut out these animals here with the dies. And now I'm going to be taking some of these box card dies and cutting them all out of white cardstock. I like to use a heavier cardstock for these so that it makes the box card very sturdy. So you can see there is going to be a layering piece and a main piece for each of these layers. And I'm going to take these layering pieces right now and use the Unbeleafable stencil to stencil on those layers. Now I just put these on my grip mat here to keep them steady while I ink them up with some green distress inks. I've got a couple different colors here, a darker one, and let's see, I think it's Mowed Lawn and Rustic Wilderness. And I'll just go ahead and ink these on very, very quickly. I love this stencil. I think it's really great for a safari looking theme or a jungle theme, whatever you're looking for. It's perfect, a really fun stencil. So after I have inked all of that on, I'll remove that stencil, and you can see how beautiful these layering pieces are going to be. I decided to put a little more green inked on each of these to make them a little less stark white in the background. And for this layer, I'm using Evergreen Bough Distress ink. And I'll just quickly color that up and finish this off here. And that will create a really nice layering piece for these. So you can see this is going to fit on the larger piece just like that. These ones are each going to fit on the side pieces here. And I will show you how to put all of this together. So I'll go ahead and fold over each of the score lines. So these die cuts have score lines on each of the pieces that need to be folded, and I'll reinforce that with my bone folder, and I will do that on all of the pieces, including these ones here. So just go ahead and fold everything over and reinforce it before you start putting it together. Now, the way I'm going to put it together this time is I'm going to add the side pieces to the back of the card. And so first I'll put the layering pieces right on those side pieces, and they fit perfectly with a nice white border around the edge. So I use liquid adhesive to add all of these layering pieces to those other pieces. And now I'm going to use some score tape to put this together. So those are going to go on the back side there, but I will have another piece to cover that up at the end. So you'll see that here. So I'm using score tape. I also recommend a little bit of liquid adhesive to keep it nice and sturdy and together. So there we go. I am just going to add that just like that. And I'll reinforce that also with my bone folder. That will make it nice and secure. So I'm not using additional liquid adhesive this time, but I do recommend doing that, especially if you're going to be giving this card to a 5-year-old. I know this from experience. So I'm going to go ahead and add the score tape to these tab pieces as well. And then we'll go ahead and put this together. So here's how I like to do it. These are identical pieces. You could also add an additional one of these if you wanted to, so to make it 3 layers deep. But today I'm just using the 2 layers, and I'm putting the first one right against the front of the card. The second one I'm going to move up and back just a little bit, so I'm just going to put it right about there. And then to attach the other side, I'll fold it over, make sure they're all lined up, remove the backing, and then fold that over. And when you open it up, it will be perfect every time. So that is one easy way to put the box card together and make sure that it's going to fold nicely for you. Now I've also got these grass layer dies here, And I'm going to use a couple of these to build up our scene. So I just cut them out with white cardstock, and now I'm going to trim them to fit, and I will color these up with some green ink as well. So I'll do some ink blending. Just want to make sure that these are going to fit in those areas. I love these grass dies because they're different sizes. You could even cut more if you want to. So this one's much smaller, as you can tell. And I will just ink them up here using a blending brush and some distress ink. So it's a really quick way to create the green look that you want. You could also cut it out of green cardstock, but I really wanted a variation in those green colors. So I am using a couple of different shades of green. And look at that, that's gonna fit right inside that second layer, right there like that. And now I'm just gonna test out what pieces I want to go where. I am gonna glue these pieces down so they don't fall out, just like that. But I will test out all the animals and see what's gonna look perfect in what areas. So I do test that to make sure it folds both ways. And I have more images than I need here. So I wasn't exactly sure which ones I was going to use where. I just love this giraffe. Look at him sitting down. He's so cute. So I'm going to put him in the back. And I thought I might put one in the front, but it was really covering up my toucan. So I took away that giraffe. And now I am just taking a look at the rhinos and the capybaras to see what's going to look good where. And that was just a little too big to fit on that layer, but if I put one of the sitting rhinos and the sitting capybara there, then it's going to fit perfectly. Now I have a bunch of stamp sets that I could choose from for the greetings. That first one was the little label stamp set, and this one is the Born to be Wild or Wild at Heart sentiments. And they're going to fit on the front layer that comes with the box card die. So I'm going to color up that layer right now. And this layer does have a stitched edge around it, so you can tell that it's perfect for a sentiment. So I chose one of the sentiments that says happy birthday, although you'll see at the end, I wish I would have chosen one of the other ones like Born to be Wild or It's Your Birthday or Party Animal or something like that to go there, because I ended up using a happy birthday die on the back panel as well. So it's fun to switch up the sentiments, but just to show you how this comes together, I will be putting this together with that sentiment for now. I may change it out later though. So I did cut out a couple extra layers of that giraffe in the background so I could build him up and make him pop off the background to be more dimensional. I also did the same thing for this flying toucan that I decided to use, and we're going to pop him up with some acetate as well. So this one will go right on the back, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue on some of these animals on the layers. Just like this, I'll glue down that sentiment that says happy birthday. And you can see I did stamp it a little off to the left, so there was enough room to put that little character right there. And I am going to build him up as well to make him be a little more dimensional. I love using this trick when you need a little extra something. And it does make it feel even more substantial and fun, just like kind of an embellishment on your card. So I'll put him right there, and then I did cut out the number 5, and this is from a Heffy Doodle number die set as well. I'll link everything below so that you know where these come from if you want to take a look, but that 5 is the perfect size. And then I'm going to use this extra thick acetate from Heffy Doodle to be able to make that toucan look like he's flying. So I'll glue him onto that acetate there and then hold it on with my reverse tweezers for a little bit until it dries. And then we'll attach that to the card right here. So I'm attaching it to the back of that second layer. So he's just going to look like he's flying. It's really cool. And this acetate is nice and thick, so he's not going to fall over. Look at that. That is really, really fun. You can fold this to fit inside an envelope. And it's such a fun surprise to take that out of the envelope and have it pop up like this. Now this layering piece I'm also going to cut for the back of this card, and that's where I can write a sentiment on there. I'm also going to cut out a happy birthday die to go on the back, and I will color it up in some greens as well to match our card and our color scheme. So there it is. I'm not going to attach it right now, but I will attach it before I give this to my nephew. But I just wanted to show you that that is a really easy way to finish off the back of your card and write a sentiment on there and then glue it together. So there's a look at our Brook 3D box card die with the safari animals. Very, very fun. I hope you enjoyed this video today. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I will be back real soon with more cards to share, more inspiration, and more fun. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.